Welcome to Twist Grip Tales, and here we are on the Salt Flats with Peter.
Yep.
Peter, welcome to Twist Grip Tales.
Thank you.
This is your triumph.
Yes,
Will it be a triumph at the end of this week?
we'll see.
Well, it'll still be a triumph, and it's a 1953.
Correct.
So you've been campaigning this bike for a number of years?
Yeah, about 20.
Wow. And this is a cast iron motor, cast iron technology.
Yep. And then as the rules say that I've got to maintain the original cylinder head and the original barrels.
Because you're running vintage class.
Vintage class, yeah.
All right. So you got a Berman gearbox down here?
No, just an old Triumph.
Oh, Triumph gearbox, yeah.
It's a later model of a unit, so it's a bit stronger. But the gearboxes don't suffer too much out here because traction is a bit of an issue. I'll be probably able to spin the tyre in third gear or even top gear maybe. So yeah, you don't have to have a super strong gearbox.
And you'll be doing all the work in top gear?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah. I'll go through the gears and get there. It's pretty highly geared now because I'm running on nitromethane. So
Nitromethane fuel. What do
Yeah.
they call that stuff? Pop.
pop or rocket fuel.
Yes. So we can see the rocket tail down the back here, aerodynamically styled.
Yeah, that was built by a friend who helped me build the bike, Jeff Spurway,
All right.
and
And the frame's been extended.
extended about 6 inches to comply with class regulations. Terry Spiller is here, he comes out and helps me. So we work on it a fair bit. A lot of work goes on behind the scenes. Every year I have to strip the engine down. After every run, I have to drain the oil. After every run, every time you start it, drain the oil, check the tappets.
Yeah, because the oil gets contaminated with the fuel and stuff.
Yeah, it runs so rich at idle with this mechanical fuel injection, it washes the ball down into the sump.
Mechanical fuel injection, 1953, vintage fuel injector. Amazing. So what brand of fuel injector is that, Peter?
A Kinsler out of the US, they built a lot of the Speedway fuel injection, and they built this for me, and can't recommend them highly enough. They've done a great job.
All right. So what sort of speed did this bike do brand new back in 1953? 100 mile an hour?
No, probably 80, 85 mile an hour if you're lucky. Yeah. So
And you've been able to squeeze what out of it after 20 years on the salt?
146.
Miles an hour
Yeah.
from a 650 Triumph with an iron head and barrel.
Yeah, and originally the iron head was only cast for one carburettor, and I've changed it to 2 carburetors, so it's had significant changes there.
Like a Tiger motor, T110, you've taken up.
Yeah, and I've milled all that off and actually made new ports for it, different valve springs, all sort of milled it, toe-ringed,
And you do most of the development yourself because shoestring budget.
I do all of it myself, and with some help, of course. I've got some Terry and Jeff and a couple of other guys do machine work for me. Don't charge me too much. Another guy lets me use his dyno at a reasonable price. So yeah, there's a lot of us in it together, and I rely. A couple of the other guys used to circuit race these things, and I rely on a lot of their old information.
Fantastic.
And tools. So yeah,
You've got a great fairing on the front wheel there.
yeah, which is it's all legal to unfair class. So Mel's got a huge bearing on his when he goes there. So yeah, this is the class we chose to run in.
And it's a beautiful machine. And the seats, you sit on this,
Yeah, well you're not on there for long.
mild steel, soft steel, not high tensile. You don't want to get stuff that's too hard.
No, I just welded it up in the shed, welded it up, gave it a coat of paint. So it's a pretty rough old looking bike, but that's it. I decided because I change everything each year, I've welded the fuel tank up and everything gets changed. So I thought, well, I'm not going to make it pretty again. When we started it was beautiful, but as you can see the nitro melts the paint and bubbles all the paint off the thing.
Well, it's a beautiful, it's got great patina. It certainly goes very fast, knocking on the door of 150 miles an hour. That is no mean feat, and it just presents so well. as a great vintage machine. There's not many vintage machines out there.
No, there's a few that used to run. A few actually Triumphs and BSAs and even BMWs used to run out here.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how many are here this year.
Probably half a dozen though.
Oh, yeah, but
There's a vintage place. Yeah.
oh no, more in the vintage than that.
Oh, we've got the Jawa here as well.
But in the 650 class, and then you go to 750, which is another class, and you got 500 class and 350 class. So there's all engine specifications. But vintage bikes, there's I'd be guessing maybe 15 or so out here this year.
Yeah, it's good. It's a quiet year this year.
Yeah, 220 entrants, including cars.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, thanks for sharing your wonderful machine with us, Peter.
Yeah, thank you.
We wish you well, and we'll check in with you at the end of the week and see how you've fared, and hopefully
Yes.
it's all going well and all going fast still.
We would like, if we can keep the engine together, we're happy.
Get on board, support Peter. He's from Gippsland. He's a good lad.
I am a good lad.
Thanks for watching Twist Group Tales. We'll have another tale for you very shortly. Don't forget to watch, like and subscribe. Thanks, Peter.
Very good.